Have you ever walked along the beach and seen those tiny crabs tirelessly rolling little balls of sand? It might look like a simple, endless task, but behind it lies a story of love, betrayal, and a vow so strong it defied death itself. This is the legend of Da Trang, a man whose quest continues to this day on every shore. Long ago, there lived a kind old man named Da Trang. In his garden, he often watched a pair of king cobras. One day, he noticed the female snake was weak after shedding her skin, and he watched in fascination as her mate brought her a frog to eat. But a few days later, their tranquil life was shattered. The male snake was now the one shedding his skin, lying weak and vulnerable. To Da Trang's horror, the female returned, but not alone. She was with another male snake, an intruder clearly intending to harm her helpless mate. Furious at this betrayal, Da Trang wanted to save the loyal husband's snake. With no weapon at hand, he grabbed an arrow and shot it, hoping to scare the intruder away. But fate had a cruel twist. His arrow accidentally struck and killed the female snake. The intruder fled, leaving a scene of tragedy, filled with a mix of pity and disappointment. Da Trang went home, the sad event weighing on his mind. A week later, as Da Trang was telling his wife about the strange snake saga, a huge cobra appeared, coiled on a roof beam above them. It was the husband's snake. But instead of attacking, it dropped a glistening pearl. As Da Trang nervously picked it up, he heard the snake speak in a human voice. It had come for revenge, but after overhearing the true story, it understood Da Trang was its benefactor, not its enemy. As a token of gratitude, the snake offered the pearl, which had a magical power. It allowed the wearer to understand the language of all living creatures. From that day on, Da Trang's world was filled with the chatter of animals. One day, he overheard a flock of crows discussing a goat that a tiger had killed on South Mountain. They planned to let Da Trang take the meat as long as he left the entrails for them. Da Trang found the goat just as they'd said. He took some meat and told the villagers about the rest, reminding them to leave the intestines for the crows. But the hungry villagers took everything, leaving nothing behind. The crows, feeling tricked, were furious. They swarmed Da Trang's yard, cawing angrily. Though he tried to explain, they wouldn't listen. Believing he had repaid their kindness with deceit, they sought revenge. They found a dead body floating in a river, took one of Da Trang's arrows marked with his name, and stuck it in the corpse. When authorities found the body, the evidence was clear. Da Trang was arrested for a murder he did not commit. Thrown into jail, Da Trang insisted on his innocence. On the long journey to the capital for judgment, he overheard a group of sparrows chirping excitedly. They spoke of an invading army from the north whose supply wagons had fallen into a pit, delaying their attack while they went for more food. Realizing the danger to his kingdom, Da Trang immediately alerted the guards. When his information was verified by scouts, he was hailed as a hero who had saved the nation from a surprise invasion. He was immediately set free. On his way home, he visited his old friend Tran An. To celebrate his return, his friend decided to prepare a special meal and planned to slaughter one of his geese. That night, Da Trang, with his magic pearl, heard the gander and the goose arguing over who should be the one to die to feed their master's friend, each wanting to sacrifice itself for the other and their young. Deeply moved by their love and selflessness, Da Trang couldn't bear the thought. The next morning, he stopped his friend just in time, insisting that their friendship didn't require such a sacrifice. The grateful geese met him at a pond the next day. As a reward for saving their family, they gave him another magical pearl. This one, they explained, would allow him to walk underwater as easily as on land. Stirring the water with it could create waves that reached even the deepest parts of the ocean. They also vowed that they and all their descendants would never eat shrimp again, as shrimp had once sacrificed themselves for the geese in a story from long ago. Curious, Da Trang tested the new pearl at the river. As he stepped in, the water parted before him, creating a dry path to the riverbed. He walked in amazement, stirring the water for fun. But his small test had big consequences. Deep below, in the underwater palace, the Dragon King felt the world tremble. He sent his guards, who found Da Trang and, fearing his power, politely invited him to the palace. The Dragon King, realizing the danger of the pearls, treated Da Trang like royalty, showering him with treasures before sending him home. The king, however, had a devious plan. Da Trang now had 2 incredible pearls, which he kept in a pouch around his neck. But one day, in a rush to attend a feast, he forgot them at home. A terrible feeling washed over him, and he hurried back, only to find the pouch and his wife gone. Pinned to his coat was a note. It was from his wife. A messenger from the Dragon King had promised to make her Queen of the Sea if she brought him the pearls. Overcome with greed, she had betrayed him. Heartbroken and filled with rage, Da Trang understood the Dragon King's treachery. He vowed to get his pearls back, even if it meant doing the impossible. He would fill the entire sea with sand to create a road to the underwater palace. He moved to the coast and began his lonely, futile task. Day after day, he tirelessly rolled sand into the waves, only for the sea to wash his efforts away. He worked until his very last breath. When Da Trang died, his spirit did not rest. It transformed into a tiny creature, a sand crab, known to this day as a Da Trang. And so, if you ever see a small crab on the beach, rolling a ball of sand towards the water, remember the old man. He is still trying to fill the ocean, still trying to right the wrong done to him. A timeless symbol of unyielding determination against an impossible tide. The legend also says that the white crest on a goose's head is a mark of mourning for Da Trang, their savior. And to this day, geese still refuse to eat shrimp, honoring an ancient debt. Thank you so much for watching this journey into Vietnamese folklore. If you enjoyed this story, please give us a like, share it with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe for more legends from around the world. We'll see you in the next video.